Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Hope everyone is doing fabulous. I hope everyone is doing well. I know some of you may be in the hospital, and I know some of you may be feeling a little pain, ache, and whatever you're into today or whatever you're feeling today. Today I want to tell you that you have life. You have life, and once there is life, there is hope. And that's a great thing, you know, because if you don't have life, then you don't exist. But you have life, you're still breathing the breath of life. And so you're blessed to be here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, my name is Marian. You're welcome. You are welcome. And I just want to thank each and everyone that has been liking and sharing these videos. I just want to thank you, and keep on sharing, keep on sending it, because somebody needs to hear. Somebody needs to hear. Somebody needs to be encouraged. Somebody needs to hear something. Somebody, don't be selfish now. Don't be selfish. Send it to somebody else. Let somebody else watch. Tell somebody about it. Share it with somebody. Somebody needs to hear it. So today I will be sharing with you a little of my past. Yes, I'm going back in the days. How many persons today remember where they are coming from? Do you remember? Do you at least remember where you're coming from? Yes. If we don't remember where we're coming from, then, we don't know where we're going. So don't you ever think that you're so high and you reach to a place where you feel so proud and forget where the Lord has taken you from. Because guess what? The same God that bring you up where you are today, the same God will bring you down. Yes, the same God is not a partial God. He bring high, he bring you high, and he also can brought you down low. Yes. So I will be sharing a little with you. I always remember where I'm coming from. So I was born and raised in Clarendon. That's where my family and relatives are, in Clarendon, Jamaica. So I was born in Clarendon I have 7 sisters. We are 8 girls, 7 sisters. I am the 6th one of 8. Now, when I was born, I born into a home. It was a 1-bedroom. And I'm sharing this with somebody because you may be in a situation and you believe that God cannot take you out of it. And I'm saying, don't forget where you're coming from, people. If you don't remember where you come from, if you don't remember where you're coming from, certainly you don't know where you're going. Remember where you're coming from. So I was born into a 1-bedroom house, yes, with my parents and my other 5 sisters, because I was the 6th one. So we actually born 7 of us. 7 out of the 8. I think, yes, 8 of us. My last sister, which is some 30, probably about 36 years old, March gone, she is 36. That's my last sister. And we were born and raised into a 1-bedroom house with my parents, my mother and my father. And it wasn't easy for them. It wasn't easy for my parents, to have, because they were just farmers. They just farm. So it wasn't easy for them to send both 8 of us to school and stuff like that. And we're in the 1-bedroom. But one thing I can I can assure you that my father will go to the extreme mile to take care of us. Yes, let me tell you something. My father worked very hard, and he may not be a rich man today. He may not be a wealthy man today in financial, so to speak. But I'm telling you, my father worked his finger to the ground to take care of his 8 girls while we were in the 1 bedroom. Yes, 1 bedroom. If you no remember where you come from, you don't know where you go. And let me tell you something, my friends and my family. Even though we were in that 1 bedroom and my parents have to separate the room, you know, for them to have their own little privacy. I have to separate the room with like sheets to have their little privacy. So can you just imagine you have an 8-girl child and it's just 1 bedroom, and some people that say, oh no, you never born rich, you never born have it. And I understand that a lot of person grow up and did not experience certain lack because their parents, they born and they raise up with their parents with a lot of stuff. So for some of you maybe never go through this, never went through this. But my parents, especially my father, he will work his finger down to the ground. And while we were in the 1 bedroom, that's how my parents did. They actually didn't know. I'm telling you now, my parents actually taking other persons. As long as something, them see that something wrong with you. I remember this lady from in our community, and she was having some difficulty with her husband, and she came by the house. My father never turned her away. My father take her in for a few days, she and her children, them, and they stay there until the husband, until they make it up back and stuff like that. When they leave, there's another lady came and they take her in same way. They take in other children in the 1 bedroom. I'm telling you, people, some of the times when my parents did not really, they didn't have it financial wise, but they will try to provide any little thing that they can get, even if I just pure banana, even if I pure, it's just, we in the country call it so. That means to say I just the banana alone, no gravy, no nothing. Sometimes I just fry. We have to fry up the scallion in the oil, and then you get a little flavor out of the oil. I am saying to somebody today, remember where you're coming from. Remember where you're coming from. So there are days when we didn't have the dasheen or the sauce of dasheen or the sauce of banana, but my father did have a big cane field. And I remember that there are days. One thing with us, as 8 girls, we never used to go people's house. We never used to do that. My father would wait until certain part of the evening. He will cut down a part of the cane. And that's when he cut the cane and he peel them and juice them and we eat some. And that's where we go in the evening, carry the buckle torch. If some of you know what is buckle torch, because in those times we didn't have any electricity. So it was a buckle torch. And my father would carry the buckle torch in the cane piece. And he would have peel the cane and give me some for eat, and him juice some, and we eat and we drink and we full with belly. You can't tell us. So we never have for dinner. And we would eat that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Cane, breakfast, at least God provides something. Cane, breakfast, lunch, breakfast, dinner, breakfast. Cane. There are days when, as I said, there is a time when my father planted a lot of Irish potato, and there are days that just pure Irish potato and would probably get a piece of butter. There are time, at that time, when you hear about tin mackerel and you hear about chicken back, those time of rich people food them, but we couldn't even afford that. We couldn't even afford that at times. Until when rich people gone up, we call the rich people them start to buy different type of meat, like pork and chicken and oxtail and then something. Then we now start move up and we start buy tin mackerel and chicken back. 1 pound of chicken back, yeah. 1 pound of chicken back and I can go share. One thing with me, I know how to cut and share. I know how to cut and share. And anybody knows me, I know how to cut and share. I am not a greedy person and I am not a squanderer or whatever you call it. I know how to cut and share because I have learned from my parents. I know that whatever you have, you're not going to use everything one time, but you're gonna pinch. You're gonna use some today, and even though the word of God declares that don't take any thought for tomorrow, because tomorrow provide for itself. I use wisdom in everything that I am doing. So growing up in a 1-bedroom house with my mother and my father and other children that they took in, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. But my father, he never give up. He never give up. My father worked so hard. There are days when my father say, all right, because in those days, we never have no stove. We never have no electricity or wood fire we used to use. Let me tell you something, people. Remember where you're coming from. Remember where you're coming from. Those days, barefoot, you're gone. Your mother parents are sending you far out of some far place where you have to walk. But and a barefoot, you don't have no shoes, and sometimes me I walk and the tar is so hot for my foot bottom. Lord God, sometimes it tar so hot for my foot bottom. Me have to go all over in the bush to cool down my foot bottom a little bit because I don't have no shoes. When me I go to school, sometimes I'm in church shoes. When me I go to church, I have to wear go school. That has taken me a mighty long way. Sometimes the church bottom boat it a lift off, the heel part it a lift off, and sometimes you hear the little kirk and everybody, and you know say, when you go to school in those church boat, the people them go make fun of you. Yes, the people them go make fun of you. But guess what? Me never watch that at school. Me I go. And there are days because my parents did not have it. There are days sport they keep at school. And I'm in church dress me we're gonna I'm in church dress. My 3 sisters just you can't tell me say me no hat. I'm in church shoes. No, when you look and see me in then sneakers and then jeans. You look like Papi shoe. You look like you had the shoe. You had the tag of the shoe for the day. You look like you had the tag for the shoe. It wasn't easy. I remember where I'm coming from. There are times when I could not change clothes. I couldn't change my clothes every time going to church. It was like the same clothes me wear it this week, and next week me don't even want to go to church because I don't know what to wear. I don't know what to wear next week. Now we have more than clothes to wear, and sometimes we are top from church and we don't want to go to church no more. We don't want to go to church no more because we have too much of clothes we change, and we late to go to church because we are choose and choose. God is good enough, people. God is good. And we must remember where we're coming from. Remember we're coming from nothing to something. We're coming from nothing to something. And I'm telling you, growing up, it wasn't easy in the 1-bedroom. It wasn't easy, people. It wasn't clothes we never really have. Sometimes when me and my sister they wear a little clothes, sometimes a little just make a clothes. I can laugh now because it is my past. No, sometime when you see my mother come from market, we just make it close them. One little shots and one little tap and all are just making clothes. You know what I mean? But God has been so good. God has been so good. And you know, there are days we didn't have anything to eat. Yeah? There are days we didn't have anything, nothing to eat. But we never complain. There are days my father say, oh no, Pitney, we are going to far place, people. I want far place, we are going to look good. He would run out and we are going to look good. If catch up the fire. We don't have no stove. And because when I was small, I had asthma. I was asthmatic. So they didn't pressure me that much, but I was willing to do everything and to join in everything that they were doing. So my father would say, no, Pitney, we are got penny in this morning. we are going to get some wood. And everybody, when my father carry, we go in the woodland and him chop the wood and him put them together and tie them up. You know, I don't know if any one of you would have watched the Abraham story with Isaac with the wood, and you know, you put it in a bungle and tie it up, and everybody get a bungle of wood for carry. And they will give me a little piece because they know, because I'm asthmatic. I am very claustrophobic sometimes. And so it don't trouble me anymore. I grow it out, but sometimes I am claustrophobic. No, we carry home that and we'll pack up, we'll stack up with the wood. Stack up. Remember where you're coming from. Remember where you're coming from. Don't be like Nebuchadnezzar, no. Don't be like Nebuchadnezzar. Because Nebuchadnezzar never remember where he come from. Never remember say God did put him as king. And because of what? Because of his high-minded. Because he get too proud. And he forget that God is God. God have to put him out in the field to feed with cows. You see, people, remember where you're coming from. Because God will bring you down. If you try to behave proud and behave like you're better than, because you come out of your low bar, you come out of your situation and you're at a place now and you say, oh, things are going for me now, you start to look down. Not because the person don't have a bachelor degree or go to the same as going to the university, have a bachelor or a doctorate or probably have a name behind your name. That does not mean that you're better than the person. You're not better than the person. You don't better than the person who just have a skill or don't even have the money to go and get a skill. You're not better than the person. Remember where you're coming from. You never born with whatever you have. You never born with it. And even if you grow up and can see your parents and you get the blessing, nobody I am mighty because God will bring you down too. God will bring you down. So, as I was saying to you, and I hope that this video has been bring blessing to somebody. So we carry wood and we will cook, You know, sometimes if it's those of you in the country and know what I'm talking about, sometimes it would them not even so good. Sometimes the water soaking up. Sometimes the water soak and you fan from now till the morning. Your eye, then when you're done, your eye around tears, your nose around, your mouth around, every part by you around. And before you know, you have to run out of the kitchen because you have a smoke. I am happy sharing this with somebody. So, it is a lot. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy growing up. It wasn't that easy. I did not graduated from school. I was in grade 11 when I left because my parents didn't have it to send us the way that they would have want. And somebody once told me that I am blaming somebody for my education. No, I'm not blaming anybody. It's that sometimes you want to do some things and you have the mindset, but sometimes, I don't know if anybody experienced this, sometimes you're working And sometimes it's like it's a hand-to-mouth thing. Sometimes by the time you get your pay and you have to pay your bills, and if you send back the children to school, or sometimes if you just take care of your bill alone, you don't even have the fear to go back to work. And somebody would have said, oh, yeah, you blame somebody for your education. No, you're not blaming nobody for your education. You're not blaming anybody for anything at all. Things do happen in life. And not because you are at a place in life where you can put your food on the table each and every day, morning, noon, and night. That does not mean that you are better than the person who cannot find just one meal for the day. We are to remember where we're coming from. So, sometimes the smoke get to me. Sometimes the smoke get to me, you know. But one thing, my father would always ensure, and my mother ensure, that we have something to eat. And I'm not telling you any lie. There are times when we don't have nothing. We get up in the morning and we don't have anything. We don't have any breakfast. We don't have any lunch, and we don't have any dinner to eat. Yes, sometimes it do happen. And we were actually in the one bedroom, until the Lord blessed my father. And my father started to travel to the United States of America. My father get the chance to go away on a farm work program. And that's where things start to change. I love my father, I love my mother. My father gets so many opportunities where he could have run off and leave my mother, but he decided that, no, I'm not gonna leave my wife and children. I'm gonna stay with them. If we're hungry, we're gonna stay hungry. And if we're gonna get better in life, we're gonna get better in life. And one thing I know with my mother is she's very, 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 very patient, you know, and she's a woman of faith. And I guess this is where I get it from. My mother know how to, you know, to split things and let things work out. When my father was away, my mother decided that she was going to, the both of them come together and say that they are going to put on another room in the house. And to God be the glory, my father go away and they put on like a living room, and they put on another room. So the girls would have been in one room, and the other rest of children that we took in, and they would have been in one room. And my father was away while my mother was working on the house. And to God be the glory. My mother get the workman. My father sent the money, and she never squandered the money. She never squandered the money. She never squandered the money. Likewise, I said before, I am not a squanderer. I don't squander money. You see me here? I don't just get up and just buy clothes. Probably if I buy something like, a suit of clothes one time for the year or 2 times, it's good. My hair, me no get up on every day or every week and go on a hairdresser. These are like the Yaman here, and these are like $700 pack. And I would buy like 3 pack or 4 pack to do my hair. And this would have lasted me like probably for 2 months. I would wash it and oil it and do whatever. I don't change. I don't do the nails. I don't do nails. I don't go to party. So anything that I receive, it goes towards food. Food are my children. That's where money goes. That's what I use money to do. And I don't just go out and buy things because me see it and I feel like I want it. No, I don't do those things. If it's necessary, then I will buy. But if I see that it can wait for another time, I'm going to leave it for another time. Anyhow, my mother worked on those 2 bedrooms, and my father came and he saw the structure that my mother put up, and was very proud of mom. And then and there we were still there, and it was still not easy. It was still not easy, and them it was still not easy. But we go through, and something went wrong with my father visa and the farmer program. Somebody traveled in his name, and because of that it messed him up, and he could not travel and farmer anymore. No, we were stuck there for a period of time. I remember my father bought some stuff, and the first television we have was black and white. Yes, it was black and white, and at certain time at the night or morning, he said, TVJ, just look at us now, and he sign off. I can't talk to you, I can laugh now, because guess what? It is my past. It is my past. And I'm saying to somebody, don't forget where you're coming from. And it doesn't matter the situation that you're in, you can come out of your situation. It doesn't matter what, and it doesn't matter how long. We were in the one bedroom for a long time, for years, walking upon each other. Some of us couldn't remember, it was 8 of us, so the 8 of us couldn't hold on one bed. Some we have to turn crossway the bed. And some we have to lay down, put on the sheet, then on the ground, and lay down on the bed, lay down on the ground. When my mother take in other kids, some of them sleep on the ground while, and some of them on the bed, while, you know, I did love to lay down on the ground. I did love to give somebody my space on the bed. I did love, because you see me, I have a genuine heart towards people. A genuine, I say that, I don't mean anybody any evil. I don't know how to hate people. It doesn't matter what they do to me. I don't know how to hate people. I have a genuine heart, and only God alone knows my heart. I feel so good for no say. My parents them taking other children. I feel so good to give them my bed. I feel so good to give them, and even though I wasn't supposed to lay on the cold floor because I was asthmatic, I was so willing. It was a pleasure for me to do that. And we were there for a period of time in that situation until we were kind of stuck. And children now in the community realize that we have the black and white TV, and children now start to come over to watch the black and white. How much you remember this? It's not a kung fu, MacGyver, MacGyver, and Texas, and Walker Texas Ranger, and Jet Li. Those are the movies that was #1 in those times, and it was so. It was so much love and compassion. It was so, to see the amount of children that was coming. It was so loving. It was like the love was so rich, you know. And my mother, no matter what, my mother always put on. And even now, I went to Clarendon the other day, and it's the same thing. She put on one big pot of food on fire because she don't know who I come. So my mother would put on a big pot of food on the wood fire, because when the 2-bedroom go on, we still did not have an inside kitchen. We still did have an outside kitchen where fire we use. Wood fire we still use. And when my mother put on the pot, and when you look underneath the table, when you look, those times, we never have no settee. We never have no settee, so everybody spread out on the floor. Until God starts stepping. It didn't happen overnight. My father get through to go to this country. I think it's Guantanamo Bay. My father got through to go there, and there he started to work again. And my mother decided that I'm going to put on 2 more rooms and the other 2, and 2 bathroom and dining and kitchen, and she's going to change off the zinc, the old time zinc off of the roof, and she's going in the new time zinc, what you call them, shingle, or the curvy type of zinc. She's going to change it to that. And my mother, while my father was away, My mother work on the house. Work on the house and get 2 more bedroom, bathroom and kitchen. And my mother set up the place. No, the people, it is not mine. It is not mine. It's my parents. It's my parents. But when I look at the house, every time I go to Clarendon and I look at my parents' house, I am so proud of my mother. I am so proud of my father. And I am telling you, they are not rich. They are not rich, but they help so many people. They help so many people. I am saying to you, don't forget where you are coming from. Don't forget where you are coming from. And it end up that, you know, my sister, everybody start to go out and work out, you know, and get big and start to have children and move out on their own. No, my parents only have to have their children living with them, and they don't really, they go and come. And they can only sleep in a 1 bedroom. Each room have 2 beds. I am not boasting because it's not mine. Each room have 2 bedrooms apart from my mother's bedroom. There's not enough space in my mother's room because she's lying down on a king size bed that can hold so many people on it. I am saying that don't forget where you're coming from. God bless them with that house. Coming from 1 bedroom to 4 bedroom. So, what I'm trying to say to you, my friends and my family, don't get too proud. Don't get too proud because you came out on top now. And God turned things around for you and you feel as if you are on top. And now you start to look down on the people that are still down. Don't forget where you're coming from. You will go back, you will end up back in your pit. If you behave proud and high-minded, you will go back where you're coming from, because that's what God did with Nebuchadnezzar. Some persons, and even I saw a lot of these things happen. A lot of people travel overseas and they forgot that they didn't born and raise in America or in Canada or in England. They forget, say, I know their country, that is not where they born. God had take them from nowhere to somewhere. And because God elevate them and put them in a one country where them can see future, and them can, I know sometimes it's not easy. I know sometimes some people may be going through and it's not rough, especially when it's cold time or winter time. It's not easy to go out there and work, but don't forget where you're coming from. No forget, so when you did the Jamaica 1 suit, you did have our 2 suit. You could not change. Now you have them at throw them pan rubbish truck. No forget when you did the Jamaica 1 pair of shoes, you did have on your foot and the shoes bottom bust out. And now God bless you that you have shoes where you only can wear only 1 at a time. Don't forget where God has taken you from. From nowhere. From out of the board house into a wall house. Some people don't want other people to come a foreign. Because guess what? Them think them are go better off more than them. Don't forget, so you never born America, you never born England, you never born Canada. I mean, no say it's not easy for some of you out there. You never born Australia, you never born India, you never born in China, you never born Germany, you never born Cayman. You never born Antigua, Bermuda, Bahamas, Barbados. You never born there. I hear some patois and some half grammar. Chipping, but that's truth. Remember, so you never did a drive. A walk, you used to walk foot. Miles, you used to walk foot. Remember, say a walk, you used to walk foot. And God bless you and you have more than 1 vehicle. Nobody look on the person who still a walk. Because God will bless the person where I drive to. The job where you're in now, don't forget you was suffering, you send out too much application and you never did get no call, and you never did get you, and you never know what you're going to do. Don't forget say you were once in the position. Don't forget where you're coming from. Don't look down on anybody. Sarah made mock her, laugh after her. Because what? Sarah go tell her husband Abraham to sleep because she couldn't wait for God to sleep with her maid. And the maid mock and jeer Sarah. Some people are laugh after some people because they say, oh, me can do this and me can. Yes, you can buy oxtail and you can buy pork and you can buy steak and fish. Yes, you drive car. Yes, you have a big house. Yes, you have more than one house. Yes, you have more than one car. Yes, your closet full of clothes. Yes, you have how much of shoes where you don't know which one to wear. Duh. Remember where you're coming from. You never have so much to wear. Bless somebody with one. Give somebody one. Remember where you're coming from. Some people, them never remember, so when them did reach in a foreign, upon people floor, them did asleep. Some people remember, say when them did reach in a foreign, as somebody make them reach a foreign. As somebody give them, they stay a foreign. Them never born in a foreign. If somebody never sent for you, or something work out for you, you never reach over there. You know, you're looking down on Jamaican people like them are the worst, like you're not Jamaican too. Or you reach up in a society where you say, oh, me have my own business, and nobody, me not depend on nobody, and me have my own business, and me drive my own car, and me have my own house. You did have all of that? Tell me now. Did you have all of that? Or God bless you with it? Or you know work for get it? Did God bless you? Or what did you do to achieve all of what you have? I not try some people not try. I not try some people not try. It just not start work out yet because God is a God of time. I am saying let us get back to the place where we're coming from. Let us remember where we're coming from. Let us remember the love that we have for each other. When there are times, when I remember when I was small, there are times when you didn't have to tell anybody your business, so you don't have no food. You would see food that come from all different angles. People are carrying food come here. And you end up with so much of food at your house. And you never tell nobody about your business. No, people are pile up their food and throw it away because it gets stale now, and then wait till when it's stale before they call you and give it. Then wait till when time the biscuit them expire, then they call you to give you. They might wait till when the things in them expire, then they call you and give it to you. Give it to your dog. Give it to your dog. If it expires, throw it away. That means to say no good. Remember where you're coming from. Remember, some of you may not have that experience, but for those that coming out of Lodi Bar, coming from a one-bedroom, coming from a board house, some people in the country have a Wakaland dog. The one thing where they call Wakaland dog, so they could stick and then just use the mall and flash you up. They use the mall and flash up it. Some people are cave them did live in. Some people are cave them did live in. Some people did live on a one little rock. Some people live in a some little something, and now them come and they in a upstairs and downstairs house. Now they can add on and have big house and build big house, and now they want banter and boast from other people. Back up yourself, because God will bring you down. I see a lot of people build their house and never get to live in it. No show off for nobody. No bossy for nobody. Remember where you're coming from. No show off because you buy one car, no, you go show off and the sister will still a walk. And when you drive past the sister, you wind up your windscreen because you know what, because remember so you used to walk too. And God will allow it that the vehicle stop work and not work and you have to end up and even sell it back and not have nothing. You think that God easy? You think God easy? God no walk with the proud and the scornful. And God saying, He hates sin. He hates 6 things and he said it's 6. A proud mind. God no love proud people and people proud. Love your brothers and your sister. Remember where you're coming from. Treat other people with love. And remember where you're coming from. If this video has blessed you, like and share it. Subscribe to it. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can get this video. Every video that I posted, I hope that it be a blessing to you. The Lord bless you. Have a great day.